welcome back to Rebels TV. Sorry for making this video late. My plan was to make it yesterday, but I just kind of slipped my mind, and I tried to get Neil on, but I don't think he was available. So I'm just doing the video right now. I think AD is gonna come on soon. So yeah, I know it's a bit late. Apologies for that, but this is the Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest match reaction. Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest nil. It was actually a struggle for me to watch the game. My TV kept on lagging during the game, but I still tried my best to watch the game, and I kind of understood what was happening. So yeah, Manchester United Nottingham Forest nil. Let's just talk about the goals real quick. First goal, clever off a training ground goal by Manchester United. Ericsson with a lovely delivery, point, like pinpoint cross to Rashford, and a great finish by Marcus Rashford, who's on a fantastic form at the moment. This is fantastic, of course. Second goal, like only a few minutes later, Martial with a goal. Brilliant pass by Casemiro does well, so well to get the ball back. Then Bruno with a fantastic pass to Rashford. Rashford with fantastic skill and then a good pass to Martial with the finish. Keep rubbish out of better, but goal's a goal. And then for the third goal, brilliant pass by Casemiro. Then Fred with a good finish and then 3-0. Casemiro was just unbelievable, wasn't he? I mean, initially, probably would have thought Marcus Rashford would have got a man of the match, but he was not really in the game as much in the second half. But Casemiro was constantly in for the whole game, and he ran that midfield, and it kind of feels like just a general saying now, like it always happens. Alright, sorry, I forgot to send a link to your ID. Apologies for that. Hello. So yeah, I mean, it was fantastic, and the way we just played was fantastic as well. I don't think we could have scored a few more goals. Probably could have been 5 or 6 now, to be honest. So that is an area that we need to improve on. We do need to get better at taking our chances. However, let's rejoice and be happy with this victory. And yeah, of course, Jesse Lingard as well coming back to Manchester United. But sadly got injured and he didn't really play well at all. I mean, if you want me to be a bit harsh maybe here, then I mean, Lingard, that's why you want being played at Manchester United. It's because you're not a Manchester United level player, and it's as simple as that, man. That's the truth. So yeah, and of course, tried to Luke Shaw as well. He played at left and a back. Not really like the position of this, but he did really well in that position. So yeah, hello AD. Hello.
Hello.
Right, so you probably didn't watch the game. Let's give us your quick thoughts on United versus Forest 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was a comfortable win. I mean, it was never really in doubt. And United, man, looks so good. And yeah, this is my friend. He just joined.
Okay. Hello. Okay. So yeah. I mean, of course. So what do you think about Just wanted to give just wanted to know your quick thoughts on Casemiro, because yet again another man of match performance from him, and it almost feels like that's a Legro award for him at this point. I mean, he looks like one of the best signings from the summer.
Yeah, is this a crazy thing to say? I think he's the best best DM in the world
right now. I mean, on form, yeah, surely.
Yeah, he's better than Rodri in my opinion. He's better than Fabinho and those kind of players, and it's just amazing how you guys got him, because Casemiro is so good, man. Like the way he is able to make those tackles, make those dribbles. Like he's just all around a crazy player,
And
man.
one underrated thing about Casemiro is the way he moves forward as well, because he can easily go up and he can easily go forward and score headers as well.
Oh yeah. I think people. Yeah, that's a very true thing. I think people don't really tend to talk about that. And he always came up clutch for Real Madrid, scoring those goals at Champions League.
And also, he's got a bullet of a shot on him. We saw it in the World Cup when he scored against Switzerland for Brazil. And also, one thing that people don't talk about for some reason, I don't see any team of tournaments with Casemiro and them, even though I would say he was probably Brazil's best player in the
Yeah,
World Cup.
yeah, I think he's just a incredible all around footballer. Obviously, I think Ericsson was also really good on the day. Martial is looking good. I'm a bit
Well,
concerned
he's
with Anthony
actually,
though.
I mean, but Ericsson's actually a bit average. I mean, he was okay, but apart from the assist, he didn't actually do much.
Yeah, well, Anthony's a bit concerning, man. Like this Anthony guy,
I mean, I would
he's
say, I mean, with Anthony, I just think he's a player who just you need to keep on playing him. You need to get him used to the Premier League as soon as possible because obviously the spotlight's going to be on him because of the price tag, because of the amount of money we spend on him. But I think we have to be a bit patient with Anthony. And I mean, I hope it doesn't turn into another Sanchez situation. I don't think it will, because I mean, I'm pretty sure Ten Hag knows how to get the best out of Anthony. I just think it's a matter of how long will it take for Anthony to get used to the Premier League.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I also think that you have to keep Martial fit. I think
Yes.
Martial is very, very important because for me,
Yes.
honestly, like if you guys don't, because honestly, obviously I know you're really probably mad with the whole Cody Gakpo thing.
It's so like the way Liverpool do transfers, it's so annoying, but their fans must absolutely love it because I didn't even see any links, Gakpo to Liverpool. And then
Liverpool
I
always do
wake
this,
up
man.
and then like because there's a drastic time difference with Indian time and Western time. I get up, I go to Instagram, and then I see Romano, here we go, Gakpo, and then it just came out of absolutely nowhere because they weren't even linked. I mean, Gakpo wasn't even probably linked to Liverpool.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, it's crazy,
just
man.
I mean, but the fans must absolutely love it. And I would say I don't even think there's any club in the world who does transfers like Liverpool. Like the way they like the speed at which they do deals is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the thing with Liverpool is that they always make deals that no one could see coming. Like they always do. Like, remember what
Exactly.
they did with
Like
remember the
Jota it came
yeah
out of
Jota,
nowhere.
Diaz,
Konate,
Fabinho.
Konate.
Yeah, and it's just incredible because that's a really important player. Because one of my big criticisms of Liverpool this season that they're too reliant on Salah.
Yes, and Gakpo will now, and now they have a player. What's great about Liverpool's front three is that they have a very versatile front three, like most of their wingers can play off both wings, and they have Firmino who can play as a winger occasionally as well. They have a very versatile front three now.
Yeah,
And that's the reason people think that we wanted Gakpo as a number nine. I mean, he can play as a number nine, but we didn't want Gakpo because he was a number nine. We wanted Gakpo because he could play
he's
anywhere in the front three. So
yeah.
he could, he would be so good for squad depth. But now, I mean, in my opinion, right now, for this January transfer window for Manchester United, it's João Felix at best. If you don't get João Felix, then anyone else, in my opinion, is probably a failure.
You know what's really interesting? We discussed about the whole Akfo thing on Monday, and it was just like poetic timing.
Uh, well, yeah, right now, I mean, I'm scared for the Felix deal as well because apparently Arsenal want Felix, and I mean, if you're Felix, you're obviously going to choose Arsenal over United right now. But I mean, that does scare me because if we don't get Felix, then I could see us either. I mean, one deal that could happen is Memphis Depay, but personally, I don't want that. Personally.
What about midfielders like Enzo Fernandez and Bellingham?
Midfielders, I don't think we're going to look at midfielders in January. I think because Ten Hag, he wants a midfielder, but he wants like a big one. He wants like a De Jong or a Bellingham or a Fernandez. So I think we're going to go for a midfielder in the summer.
I see. I see.
But I don't think one position that no one's talked about is a right back because Wan-Bissaka, let's talk about him a bit. He did play well against Forest. He had a good game against Burnley as well. He's coming back into form, but I would still sell him because he's never going to be a starting right back. He can't really compete with Delo. Ten Hag doesn't really like him. We need to sell
Yeah.
him and just get another right back that Ten Hag
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah, one of my United friends, I think you know him, KSO, really loves Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. Um, oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I
Well,
think you know him. I think you know him.
yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, I think he has to go. I heard Wolves were interested in him. I think that would be a good deal for him.
Yeah, I feel like Wan-Bissaka is he? Do you think he's like a kind of like a purple patch player?
What do you mean by that?
Like he's like good for some games and then terrible for some other games, like not really consistent.
Yeah, I think inconsistency has been a problem with him. I just think that if he could be coached to improve his offensive capabilities, then I think he'll be such a good right back because, I mean he's not terrible going forward, because like occasionally he can pop up with like a good cross, but he's nowhere near Reece James or Jack Cancelo or even Dalot at this point in terms of offensive ability.
Yeah, and in particular, big games, he's really been bad for me. When I heard he's been really bad in big games.
I
Almost
mean,
like
I wouldn't say that's always the case. I remember in the first like 3 or 4 matches of Derbies he played, he pocketed Sterling every time. He played well against PSG, and but I mean, yeah, but under Oli, he really fell apart towards the end of the Oli era.
yeah, like I think we saw last season, and I think Delos just overall just been
De
better.
Jong fits more in Ten Hag's system more than Enzo Fernandez. Well, that may be true, but it depends on whether we're able to get Frankie De Jong. And well, I still don't think he wants to come to Manchester United, so I just don't think that that's a deal we can do.
Yeah, yeah, I think De Jong. I don't see him coming. I think it's. I think he's staying at Barca.
I mean, what do you think of Memphis Depay to Manchester United? I mean, personally, I don't want it to happen because I just think I just don't like Depay's attitude that much. I mean, I don't have anything against him as a footballer. I just don't think he's got like what I mean. It's like this lifestyle attitude of just like kind of like a casual lifestyle attitude. I just don't think we need that in the dressing room right now.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't think it'd be a good fit anyway because, like I said, like you need a number nine. That's what I think United really needs the most for strikers, and
Yes.
I just think that Depay's just been really on and off. He's just not really been that great for us as striker.
Yeah, and man, like this window, it really is all about Jao Felix right now. Because if we don't get Jao Felix, then the border failed Ten Hag to get at number 9.
Yeah, isn't Chelsea also interested too? I also heard.
I think they are, but I don't think they'll go for. I mean, they might go for him. But I don't think they'll get him because I mean they already have a lot of strikers. The only reason they're going for Jao Felix is because Warner got injured. Also, not Warner, Havertz, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting. It's a big race, and
I mean, and also, I mean, looking at United, we have to do business because Spurs, I don't know about them, but Chelsea would definitely do business. I mean, they've already done business, and they're not going to stop. Arsenal looking like they're going to get Mudryk, Michael Joao Felix as well. Liverpool have already got Gakpo. I mean, we have to sign a few players because teams around us are getting better with
yeah,
signings.
and top four is really good because let's be real. I think as we said, Arsenal, Man City are pretty much locked in, and Newcastle
I mean,
they're going to be up and
thing
they're
is,
going to
the thing
compete.
is Newcastle, I think they're going to get top 4 as well because um, we're not that far off them in terms of points. But the thing is, I just don't see them losing games right now. They just don't look like losing games. And
I
I mean,
mean,
the scary thing about Newcastle as well is that they're so good right now. And which number one is Isaac, the best in terms of talent, arguably the best player. Hasn't even regularly played for them yet, and
yeah.
they can make signings in January.
Yeah, and the thing is with Newcastle that the other teams that they do have is the other teams around them have European football. They don't, so they can
Yes.
play their starting
And
best 11 every week.
yeah, exactly. And Eddie Howe, the way he's gotten the best, the way he's turned careers around. I mean, Miguel Almiron, I read a stat from Fabrizio Romano. In like over 100 appearances in the Premier League, he scored like 8 goals. In his last 16 appearances, he scored 8 goals. That's the turnaround that Eddie Howe's had on Almiron. And there were other players as well, like Joe Linton and and there's a few others there, like Joe Willock as well. I mean, their turnaround's been insane.
Yeah, it's definitely been insane indeed. And I just think that for United, like it's gonna be a very interesting top four race because I'm even Chelsea's still part of it. Even maybe even Brighton as well. Although I don't think Brighton will be that good second half, but
Last year.
it's gonna be competitive. That top four race is gonna be very competitive.
Yeah, and I mean, the problem is, and I read something today that apparently the Glazers they won't spend massive money on Ten Hag right now, and I mean it kind of makes sense because they're selling the club anyways, so why would they want to spend more of their money? So
Yeah,
the thing is, it's really tough because I don't see us doing a deal for over 30 million, and when you have a budget of 30 million, it's near impossible to get a striker who would be suited to Manchester United. I mean, actually, I did think there was this player, Marcus Thuram. What do you think of him? What do you think he would be a good fit for United?
Mm, I mean, he was good for France in the World Cup as a super sub. He came on and did his
I
thing, but
mean, yeah,
the thing is, like, I don't know if he's good enough as a starter. Like that. That I mean, obviously,
exactly. And
I know France starting is obviously Kylian Mbappe, and obviously you're not going to start over him, obviously. But
yeah, yeah.
that's the thing is that that's the thing because who's better to you right now, Martial or Thuram?
I mean, for me, it would be hands down Martial.
Yeah, and I don't think Thuram would accept a bench role.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so that's the problem. I mean, so like it really is. It's all on Joao Felix. It's all on that deal. We have to get his deal done. But the thing is, I don't see how we're gonna get it done because, I mean, Arsenal can probably offer him more money than us, and he would probably want to go to Arsenal anyways. So if Arsenal are actually interested in this deal, I just don't see how we get him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Joao Felix will be
Mm,
expensive.
yeah.
Like, you know, Atletico are going to want a lot of money for him because they paid so much for him. So I'm pretty sure they want to get as much money as they possibly can.
Yeah, I'll just quickly do the player ratings and then we can get back to our little chat. Um, so yeah, I mean De Gea 6. Oh, but also if you didn't know, De Gea he's 6 clean sheets away from becoming Manchester United's all-time clean sheet leader.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean yeah, Wan-Bissaka 6, Varane 7. Also, did you know about Luke Shaw?
Wait, what do you say?
Luke Shaw, he played
Oh
out of
yeah, yeah,
position, but still
yeah,
played
yeah,
very well.
yeah. I actually think this is a really big statement because that just shows how bad shows us how bad Maguire is. Are you still there? It seems like you're lagging out. Ideally.
I think his internet crashed.
Yeah. Oh, you're there. You're still here. He'll probably join back soon. Oh, by the way, guys, I just heard the news just a few minutes ago. That's a little off topic. Pele has passed away.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's very, very sad.
Let me check quickly.
Yeah.
Now, where did you see that?
I see on Twitter. Fabrizio posted.
Wait, let me check. Oh, may he rest in peace.
Yeah, it's very, very tragic.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's one of the best players of all time.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
you're back.
And sorry about that. And also, I just received some devastating news. Uh, Pele has died. He's,
Yeah, I
yeah,
just told that a few
Pele
minutes
died.
ago.
Rest
Yeah,
in
it's very, very
peace.
tragic.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, people always say he was overrated, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, he won 3 World Cup. He scored a hat trick in a World Cup final, and I mean, say what you want about him, he's a legend of the game, without question. And yeah, very, very unfortunate, very sad.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But I'll just quickly brush through the ratings. I'll just quickly brush through the ratings now. So yeah, I'm 6, Casemiro 9, Eriksen 7. Bruno's coming back in the form as well. That's nice. Anthony 5. I talked about him. Rash, but 8's playing form at the moment. Yeah, that was unfortunate. So yeah, where do we? Okay, so okay, there we go.
All
So
right.
sorry. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about Harry Maguire. They're saying that now it's basically the end for him at Manchester United. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I would probably say so.
Yeah, I mean, Lissandro's back in training today, and probably start for United against Wolves. So I mean, with Maguire, I just think it's the fact of the sooner he leaves, the better for the team.
Yeah. Do you also think that Lindelof is pretty much going to be sold as well? Like, do you think he's also in for him as well?
I think Lindelof kind of fits Ten Hag's system, and I think Lindelof would probably, I think he'll be fine with sitting on the bench. Like I don't think he's the type of player who would cause a fuss about it.
True. Yeah, I think McGuire's gonna definitely leave because he wants to be a starter.
Yeah, I mean, being the captain of a team but not starting must be embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's really yeah, and uh, so I connectivity issues, but then what do you think of Luke? Let's give it like what do you think of Luke Shaw?
Luke Shaw. Yeah, I think he did an okay job at center back. Filling in out of position. Obviously, it's gonna be difficult. And I think he did a decent job. Obviously, not enforced. I don't think they were that great on the day, so it's hard to really judge. But he did the job as a makeshift center back. I know how it's feel because sometimes I see Javi put Alonso at center back. So
Right. Yeah, so it was very intense. So yeah, and I mean, talking about other Premier League stuff, Erling Haaland becomes fastest ever player to score 20 goals in the Premier League. This guy's gonna break so many records. Like, oh my god.
yeah,
Do you see him breaking the goal scoring record this season itself?
yeah. I mean, he's definitely breaking that goal, the Salah record. Isn't it like 32 goals? I think.
Yeah, 32 goals. So he's 12 off, and while we have like what 18 games left, no more than 18 games, like less than half the season's gone by. So I mean, unless he gets a major injury, don't think he's uh, not gonna break that.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, that's yeah. So we can talk about our next game against Wolves. I think I expect to win in that, because Wolves are like 18 in the league right now, and I know they have a new manager, but still I expect a win from United. Lisandro's back as well, so we'll be back with our full strength starting 11. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to that. It's on New Year's Eve as well, so that's always a interesting day to watch football. And yeah, and so yeah, I think
yeah,
that's yeah. So I think that's about it. So yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. It's all for today's video. Bye. For our next video. Sorry if my connectivity is gone. I think it's back. So yeah, I think yeah. See you guys. Thanks
see you guys.
for watching.